Hey there, friends. What a day. What a crazy Monday this is. You guys no doubt have heard that Steven Crowder has at least received in his possession the contents of the Nashville Shooters Manifesto. But first, guys, go check out my friends at CMMG. They're at cmmg.com. You're going to find a ton of different things, not only fully assembled and complete rifles, but you can also find some of the most reliable parts kits on the market. I've been using their parts kits for 10 years now. They have clearly some of the best parts kits, accessories for your AR-15, for your own home builds. They also have really cool mystery boxes. You want to check those out. I just got my second mystery box in yesterday. I will probably do an unboxing of that online tomorrow, but check those out as well. If you use my code FTATF, again FTATF, you will get 10% off of whatever you purchase at cmmg.com. So use my code FTATF and get 10% off today. Now, you guys know we've been asking for, via FOIA requests, contacting the Nashville Metro Police Department, every other method out there to get our hands on this. In fact, I offered a $5,000 reward if somebody would leak this manifesto to me. Apparently, Steven Crowder was offering a little bit more. So, nevertheless, Crowder has, via his Mug Club undercover team, gotten his hands on the manifesto, and I think he's in the process of doing an online read of the entire thing. Now, as you guys have probably already seen, 3 of the pages of the manifesto, which are essentially handwritten notes from a notebook from this female killer, I would like to point out real quick, and I would want to make this really clear. You can go back and look at all my Nashville videos on this topic, and people are getting this confused, I think, with the Louisville shooter. The Nashville shooter was a female, a biological female, who was transitioning to a boy, pretending to be a boy. A lot of people get that mixed up, and they get mad in my comment section and say, "Oh, that's a boy, not a girl. You're going along with the narrative by calling it a girl." No, do just a smidgen of research. And I'm saying this because it's on every single one of my videos regarding the Nashville shooter. This was a biological female pretending to be a male. Google is your friend sometimes. Just try it out and you will find the same little bit of simple information that I know. I'm going to go through some of this and read it, and I will tell you guys, you may want to share this as quickly as you possibly can, because this is not going to stay up on YouTube very long. It will no doubt be demonetized the moment it is uploaded by me, but I'm putting it out there anyway because this is not about money. This is about knowledge, and I feel like the knowledge has been hidden from us. The first page that I see here, you see it's dated February 3rd, 23. Aiden, which is the made-up name for the girl who pretending to a boy, that's her boy pretend name at the top, Aiden. Killed those kids, those crackers, which I find a little funny at some of these slurs that are thrown in here, including crackers and the F word, F-A-G-G-O-T, because this person is not only white, but they belong to the community that they seem to be bashing, which is really kind of weird. Of course, we're dealing with a person that has mental problems, so what more can we expect than this kind of crazy idiocy? Says, with those fancy khakis and sports backpacks. I did not realize that khakis and backpacks were a status symbol, but apparently they are. With their daddy's Mustangs and convertibles, F-U little S's. I wish to shoot you. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pick that up. D-I-C-K's with your mop yellow hair. So apparently doesn't like blonde boys either. Want to kill all you little crackers. Here we go again with the self-hate of her own race. And then a bunch of little F-A-G-G-O-T's with your white privilege. Again, a little bit of self-hate there for her own race. Let's move on to the next page here. Now, this looks to be like an agenda. You notice at the top it says Death Day, the day that she was going to perform her murder. She's got it boiled down to, obviously, a desired time of 6:30 a.m. to wake up, get dressed at 7 a.m. I'm not sure why you have to document some of this stuff. Something, that yellow sticky note is covering up something at 7:05 that's with stuffed animals and possessions. I don't know what that is. The first word starts with an S, but again, it's covered up with a sticky note, so I'm not sure what that is. Eat breakfast. That to me shows a little bit of a nut job, because if you know what you're about to go do, I don't understand how you still have an appetite. So that tells me another reason why, definitely that this person has a screw loose. Pack up special belongings and backpacks. Test knife. Car glass breaker. So apparently she was expecting, because she knew the school, because she had been there, to have to break glass. I guess not realizing that she was going to have an AR-15 in her possession. But she apparently had one of those little things that you can hit a car glass with and bust it out, realizing that she was going to have to enter like that. Again, this school was actually locked. It wasn't locked down properly because, again, it had glass, but at least an attempt was made to not allow people to walk in off the street. That's a small step in the right direction as far as securing a school properly, but it's like the Three Little Piggies and one of them making theirs out of sticks instead of bricks, because you can still break through the sticks and not the bricks. So yes, a B for effort, but it was glass, so you're not getting the full effort of a locked door. Leave for Royal Range. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. I'm curious to see if this range that she mentions here, if she actually went to it the day that the shooting took place. And at 10:20 a.m., gear up, set up guns in trunk, assemble and get out vest with mags inside. 11:20 a.m., final videotape. So I'm assuming there is a videotape left behind that the officials, again, are not letting us see. We want to suppress that information at all costs, apparently. 11:39, leave for Covenant School. 12, arrive at Covenant. Check parking lot for security. Arrive in designated parking space. Prepare for attack. Lock and load all weapons. Open fire towards southwest entrance, it looks like that says. And then it says time to die. So this is, again, the agenda of a coward here. So, and a nut job. All right, so let's go to the third and final. Death Day. This looks more like definitely some ramblings, but something more in lines of a diary maybe. Kind of a journal entry, if you will. Today is the day. The day has finally come. Again, you'll notice the date 3/27/23. That is the day of the shooting. So I'm wondering if this person didn't write that this morning, or maybe even in the parking lot. I can't believe it's here. Don't know how I was able to get this far, but here I am. I'm a little nervous, but excited too. Been excited for the past 2 weeks. There were several times I could have been caught, especially back in the summer of 2021. None of that matters now. I'm almost an hour at 7 miles. No, excuse me, minutes. Oh, wait. Can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm ready. I hope my victims aren't. My only fear is anything goes wrong. I'll do my best to prevent any of the sort. I don't understand this. God, let my wrath take over my anxiety. Really? This is a person that is a God-fearing person? Or are they just using I guess the name, I guess in vain, if you want to call it that. It might be 10 minutes, and I'm not sure what they're saying there. It might be 3 to 7. It's going to go quiet. I hope I have a high death count. Ready to die. Haha, Aiden. Again, that's the made-up boy name that this person was pretending to be. Now, a couple things that I want to point out on this particular note. Been excited for the past 2 weeks. That shows that this person was planning this for a really long time, and if you read the entry right below it, there were several times I could have been caught, especially back in the summer of 2021. That was 2 years prior to this. So this person has been planning this since 2021 that we know of. So we're seeing a small glimpse. Again, kudos to Steven Crowder for getting his hands on this. I'm excited to see the rest, and I want to make sure and send everybody over to Crowder to take a look at whatever he's got, because I will be getting my hands on the rest of this very, very soon. I'm hoping he shows everything. I don't think he's going to redact anything. He hasn't so far. And I believe he's going to probably put most of the stuff that YouTube is not going to allow up on Rumble. So you may want to go check that too. And just a side note, I will be putting a lot of my videos up on Rumble too, because I'm pretty sure this video is going to get taken down from YouTube. And I want to move most of my content over there anyway, YouTube being so unfriendly as it is right now. But again, going back to this person was planning this for at least 2 years that we know of so far. I'm curious how she was almost caught back in the summer of 2021. I wonder if she was talking about this around some of her homies, and she thought maybe that they'd be cool with it, and maybe they weren't. Maybe she was with some of her other trans friends, and they were discussing the genocide of not allowing 10-year-olds to become boys if they're biological girls and vice versa. Maybe they had one of their little shindigs where they were talking about stuff like that. Who knows? At this point, maybe we'll find out more in the rest of the manifesto. The main thing was I wanted you guys to know that bits and pieces are trickling out. Big hat tip to Steven Crowder for getting his hands on this. The fact that he had enough influence to be able to get that is a big deal. So big deal there. Now, I do want to point out from a legitimacy standpoint, I do think this is legitimate. Some people are trying to discredit it, and I'll get to it real quick. But if you look, this is the car right here that this girl drove up to and had some writings in there and other things in there that, obviously this is her car. If you notice, there are things in the area that are in the pictures of the notebook that are also in pictures of the parking lot at the crime scene. So very much believe this is credible. I do not think this is made up. Another thing that I thought was kind of odd, and leave it to the media to do this, but on Newsweek's page, whenever they reference Steven Crowder getting this, they try to discredit Crowder right off the bat, obviously also discrediting this report of him having this manifesto. They do not want you to believe this. They don't want you to see this. But now that you see it, they figure they can discredit the source by calling him a conservative political commentator and YouTuber. They go on to say that the channel has been penalized many times for violations of YouTube's policies against hate speech. Again, trying to say that he takes part in hate speech, which he does not. He simply reports on it, and they take that as hate speech. Same thing has happened to me on YouTube. And to try to further discredit him, they say in 2023, Crowder announced his divorce from his wife, Hillary, which led to a video being released of Crowder berating his wife while she was 8 months pregnant with their child. And then another post was made on Twitter by, I don't know who this guy, Phil Williams, is, but he says, multiple sources have told me that the selective leak of 3 pages of the Covenant School Shootings Manifesto is extremely misleading. People who have read the whole thing say there's something in there for everybody. Another, she hated everybody. Well, I can read what's being said, and maybe she did hate everybody. It doesn't say that it's misleading, or doesn't mean that it's misleading, and it certainly doesn't mean that it's not true. This is this person's very own writings. This person wrote all this stuff because they wanted it to get out, and everybody is trying to suppress it because it's hiding a particular agenda. Because you can discredit it, and you can discredit Crowder all you want to, attempt to. It doesn't change the fact that you are reading a killer's very own thoughts on paper. And this is what they meant to do, and they did it. So whatever is in there needs to be taken serious, because that is clearly what led up to this person flipping that switch and going off on the deep end and murdering and taking the lives of children and innocent people.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.